Well, on Sunday, the United Nations marked World Water Day to highlight the importance of water resources to sustainable development. A major concern is also the potential for conflict between neighboring countries over transboundary water resources. VOA's Ardita Dunellari looks at the ways countries are finding to manage this concern.
Rivers have given birth to civilizations and sustained humanity through millennia. They have inspired myths and human ingenuity. But recently they have become a growing concern as a potential source of conflict.
Chairman McCain, Ranking Member Reid.
In a recent report to the Senate Armed Services Committee, U.S. Director of Intelligence James Clapper ranks shortages in freshwater supply as one of the main threats to global human security. Law professor Gabriel Eckstein says that trend has become more conspicuous in recent years.
The population is growing tremendously, and our economies are growing. We have many areas of the world where they are very interested in developing their economies, and you need water for virtually every aspect of society, every sector of economy, whether it's energy production, food production, manufacturing, you need water.
Eckstein has advised governments and organizations on transboundary water disputes. The solutions, he says, lie with the parties involved. He cites the example of the United States and Mexico.
There is a long history of cooperation between U.S. and Mexico. There's a Boundary Waters Commission that oversees the management of the transboundary waters. They have a mechanism where they can continuously create modifications to the treaty.
Such cooperation is important, he says, because the international rules for managing transboundary water resources are rather generic.
But that's because they have to apply universally, and conditions on the Mekong River or on the Rio Grande River or on the Jordan River are very, very different. And so we have sort of general rules that apply everywhere. But underneath those general rules, nations are expected to create more locally specific agreements within that international framework.
Such agreements are common, from agreements between China and India to manage the Brahmaputra River, to accords between Sudan, Egypt and Ethiopia on the use of the Nile Basin, or Israel's desalination projects to reduce reliance on the Jordan River. Countries are finding legal, technical and diplomatic ways to address disputes. In fact, says Eckstein, water has historically been more often a source of cooperation than it has a source of conflict.
This has been shown statistically in terms of the number of agreements and the number of cooperative arrangements that have been achieved over the generations, as compared to the number of incidents that have occurred, conflicts that have occurred as a result of disputes over transboundary waters.
On this World Water Day, while leaders contemplate ways to prevent conflicts and disputes that could arise over shared rivers and lakes, it's worth noting that the forces of nature that have sustained humanity since its creation carry with them thousands of years' worth of stories of cooperation and goodwill. Ardita Dunellari, VOA News, Washington.